EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie.
Great start.
Frank, they call this second hole Black Rock. They also call it the most heavily bunkered hole on the entire course. What do you have to do to stay away from them?
Well, it plays in the same direction as the first hole. So the prevailing breeze normally off the right. Some bunkers in play either side. Really just let the ball go to ground, let it run out. There's 11 bunkers in total in the second hole.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's 2 bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that. It's just going to leave you a short iron in.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Hole number 4, Frank, can you cut the corner on the tee shot on this dogleg right par 5?
Well, Rich, you have to guarantee you can carry the ball at least 280 yards. That bunker that protects that side is the big problem if you go down the right.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, at a 72-hole stroke play event, do you like birdie fests where, say, 28, 30 under par might win it, or do you like a good old-fashioned grind them out where you might be able to win the championship at, say, 7, 8 under par?
Yeah, I like the latter, really, because I think it tests the mental fortitude. Normally, if people are in the mid-20s under, the golf course is a little easier. It's a little more forgiving. Greens are flatter and all that. And therefore, I'm not saying it's one-dimensional, but it's closer to that. When you have a good old barn drawn out there with the rough, thick, and bunkers are difficult, and greens are fast and undulating, every part of your game is stressed to the limit. And sort of 10 under, I always think is like a really good litmus test for a great tournament.
Just a little tap in here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 3 fifth. Frank, what are you trying to do here?
Really, anything on this green is going to give you a birdie putt. So allow for the bounce and roll. Just avoid those 3 bunkers on the left and that short one right.
This one looks right on point. Don't know that that approach will make the highlight reel, but he still has a chance if he makes this putt.
Yeah, 21's when you come of age, don't they say? 21 feet away.
Almost. Wow. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. And he makes it for par. All right, Frank, how about the 6th hole, long par 5?
Yeah, 3 bunkers off the tee, avoid those. But if you hit a good one, certainly reachable.
Very dry. Just tattooed that. Now the second shot to the par 5.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Ready for his 3rd shot. Needs to hit this close. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers. That's fine.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, yeah. They had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
And this is where Gene Sarazen, the squire at the age of 71, in his farewell appearance at the Open, that was back in 1973, made an ace. How about that?
Amazing.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, how does the front nine finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right. Just one bunker down the left to be avoided.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
And that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Good contact, good result. A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory Mcilroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow-through. All those things are still very valid today.
Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, what happened to Jack Nicklaus here at the 11th hole back in 1962?
Yeah, that was his rookie year. He was actually looking at making 2 majors in a row. He just won the US Open. Came to the 10th hole, and, well, he made one more than 10, 11 to be precise. So you never know. If you make a 5 or a 6, that's not so bad when you consider what happened to Jack Nicklaus all the way back in 1962. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Superb position, right in the fairway, and 200 yards to the flagstick.
Oh, solid strike, right in the heart of the green.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Right about 200 yards to the flagstick from the tee here. Frank, how do you size up the 12th hole here at Royal Troon?
Well, first look at 430 yards, you'd think it'd be a rather easy par 4. But that's not really the issue. The issue is gorse right and left.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. That was a solid strike and a good result. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Drops for a birdie. Frank beginning to head towards home. This is the 13th of par 4.
Another dogleg right. Problem isn't really the tee shot here, even though there's undulations and mounds all over the fairway. Second shot's played uphill to an elevated green. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
So where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. Par yesterday. And for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here, just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is. This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. 21 feet from pay dirt. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong. Well read.
Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. He'll take par and move on. Now the lone par 5 on the back nine, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
And his second shot, here for par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Final par 3 here at Royal Troon. It's the 17th. And what kind of a hole is it, Frank?
Well, this takes your best long iron shot. Normally plays back into the prevailing breeze. You miss the screen on the left, it will run all the way down the hill. The bunkers might look short, but if your tee shot isn't hit properly, it'll puff up into that breeze and certainly find a pot bunker.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That'll leave him with a good birdie opportunity, only about 10 feet away. That's a good shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just one hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
The Great White Sharks, so often so unlucky at major championships. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Getting set now over the putt. Mark a birdie on the card. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.